Hi, within this lecture, we're going to discuss how hackers make their viruses or make their malicious files look so innocent. Maybe they want to add some JPEGs or PDF files into their virus, so when the user double clicks on it, they see the content of PDF, while in the background virus continues to run. So I'm trying to find my app data to let you see how my sysupgrades.exe looks like. As you can see, we got no icon, and when we double click on it, we get the iHackU terminal. But instead of that, I'm going to make it look prettier in order to social engineer user into thinking that this is a regular file. So we're going to use terminal, command prompt, and PyInstaller in order to do that. And as you can see, I'm not able to run the JPEG files in my own computer because this is a virtual machine and somehow the JPEGs don't work in here, but I'm going to use PDF rather than that. So I'm searching for Metallica PDF, but any PDF that you have will do the job. So I'm using Metallica examples as regular, but you can search for any PDF that you want to use in this example. So I believe I have some guitar tabs in here, some notes of Justice for All song, and I'm going to double right click on here and say save as, and I'm going to save this in my desktop as metallica.pdf. Okay, and I don't have a PDF reader in my virtual machine as well, but I believe this will work fine in browser. So if I double click on it, it will pop open my internet browser and show the contents of PDF to me. You can follow the exact same steps in order to test this with JPEGs, but I'm using PDF because, as I mentioned before, my image viewer doesn't work for some reason. So I'm going to open my command prompt because, as I said, I'm going to use command prompt in order to just add this PDF to my package.py. So I have my metallica.pdf and my package in the same folder. This is important. I'm going to use PyInstaller one more time, so I'm pasting in here and I'm going to scripts directory. Then I'm going to call pyinstaller.exe in here, and actually I'm going to supply the project name and one file argument one more time. But I'm going to add a new argument in here, and this is add data argument. In order to do that, you have to do --add -data, and this will let you combine the data that you want to combine with your own project. Okay, and you will have to specify the data that you want to add by giving out the path within quotation marks. So this is currently in desktop, I believe, so let me go to properties here and just copy this desktop from here, okay, and let me paste it in here and close the quotation mark. And we are not done here. We are going to add some more arguments to it, but before we do that, we have to change the code a little bit as well, because we are adding a data within the terminal right here, and we want to add a function in order to show that data to the user. So that's why I'm going to open my code and add a new function to it. And this will be a little two-line function, and we're going to use the same modules that we have used before, but we have to add it. So I'm going to say open edit file or open edit data, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to first get this file using sys library and then open it using subprocess library. Okay, And in order to get this file, edit file, I'm going to say sys dot and with a 1 underscore, not 2 as we did in magic or special methods, but 1, and you will have to say MEIPass. Okay, this is a temporary folder. Actually, this is a special folder, and this data that we add is saved in this temporary folder, and we can get it by giving out the full path, and only name is missing in here in order to access the full path, and the name that we're going to use is metallica.pdf. So now we got what we need. We got the file that we want to show it to the user, and now we have to show it to the user. And we're going to use this subprocess library in order to do that. There is a method that we have never used within subprocess library, and it's called popen. Okay? Rather than saying call or check output, we're going to say popen this time, and we're going to give this added file as a path. So this popen opens this file in background like we did in different threads in keylogger section, so it won't block the usage of this virus, but it will show the current data to the user. So if you say added file and then of course specify shell is true, then it will be done. And of course don't forget to call this function in your code as well. Then you're done. Now we can show it to the user. So let me save this file and close the code and go back to our command prompt in order to specify this metallica.pdf in my add data argument. So I already specified the desktop in here. Now I have to add metallica.pdf, and this is a little bit weird, but we have to add some semicolon and a dot after this line in order to make this work. Okay, so add a semicolon and a dot after metallica.pdf. And once you finish this, you may just hit enter and watch this compile. So this is going to add metallica.pdf to my file, and the code that I have added into my software will show it to the user. So I'm opening this and finding this my package.exe. As you can see, it started in the background and it showed me to the PDF file. So now it's working. Of course, you might think that since this terminal is showing up, the user will understand it anyway. Of course, there are ways to hide this from user as well. But let's stop here and we're going to discuss these new features in the next lecture.